Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Unrivaled Potential Podcast. I'm Ryan, and this is Mike.
Right.
Mike, owner, operator, founder, chief brain guy of everything Unrivaled, and also Pipe and Torch Coffee.
Chief Brain Guy, is that my Indian name?
Chief Brain Guy. Hey, you can't say that.
Oh, I thought you couldn't say Redskins. I
Definitely can't say that. Although, the funny thing, let's get into politics right off the bat.
Yeah.
You
go into your news reporter voice when you start signing on for the Unrivaled.
That's not a bad thing, right? You stay classy, San Diego.
It's listening to Rush Limbaugh too much. Yeah. When you sent me that radio ad, you were on AM radio. I was like, you old timer.
I am such an old man.
Yeah.
Politics just gets me fired up. I'd rather listen to politics than like, I don't know, most things. I've heard all the songs, so music only does so much for me.
You haven't heard all the songs.
I know, Mike.
Yeah. There's a whole genre out there of music that you haven't enjoyed yet.
Yeah, probably. Didn't you read Proverbs? There's nothing new under the sun. And that applies to music too. Although every once in a while I hear something like that, I'm like, is that music?
No. Well, that part's true.
Reggaeton.
Yeah.
No, I love reggaeton. What am I talking about?
So you texted me last night and you said, there's a not double standard's not the right word. What's the word for there's a good and a bad side to
the dichotomy.
The dichotomy. There you go. There it is. Of this issue that we're facing, right? So the more that we do marketing, the less that we're going to see each other. So there's a possibility of the busier we get and the bigger our businesses grow. That was a really profound thought.
Yes, I'm very profound.
And I think at the same time, as I was reading that message from you, I was thinking, well, it's very true, but I think it's only for a season because the way the businesses grow to a certain point to where, yeah, we are busy, but we're also in the process of buying back our time, right?
Yep. Yeah. One thing real quick. I just realized just now I did something and
you sent that to the wrong person?
Yeah, that wasn't for you, but hey, yeah, let's talk about it anyway. Let's pretend. No, I just did something and I was like, yes, I'm very profound. And I realized my son does that all the time. And I was like, oh, that's me.
He's very profound.
Well, he says stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Like if you give him a compliment, he'll go, yes, I am. and I just thought, if you have a bad habit, just wait till it comes out in your kids.
Yeah. Where'd you learn that? You knocked that off now.
You quit being stubborn.
Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do.
Did you just correct your mother? You stop correcting her.
Yeah, that's right.
Where did you learn that? Well, yeah, so I text you because normally Monday mornings we have our kind of a meeting and kind of launch into the week. And we missed that this week because I had other fires to put out. And then yesterday had a meeting, but then, instead of working together for several hours at a time, we saw each other in passing, but you were out making money and I was, knocking stuff off of my list and making money that way. And it occurred to me like, oh, because we had that brief February season where the business wasn't as busy as we wanted it to be, and I was busy trying to get it busy, so I was spending a lot of time here.
Yeah,
and so we were spending more time than usual together. And then yesterday I was like, oh man, if I make Mike a lot of money, he's it's going to help him hit his goals faster, and I'm just never going to see him again. He's off to Alabama, and Pensacola and things like that, and I was like, and the message I said was, I'm not going to purposely tank the advertising and mess up the plan, but it did occur to me.
Yeah.
No, I'd never.
I think we'll have to make that the week that I'm back up here count. I mean, I need a place to crash. So
Yep, we got a guest room. A beautiful guest room. We just actually kind of redecorated it because actually, after having people live there for multiple years over time, she said these are things she wanted to do years ago, but we always had somebody living in that room, so she couldn't do them. So we just redecorated for you. So
perfect.
Right on. That's what I did last night. My honeydew list, and it was good. It turned out really good. Oh yeah, and your response was very apt and right on point. Yeah, for a short period of time, it'll success will make us busy and you'll be able to expand into multiple markets and things like that. And I'm not moving to Alabama, that's for sure. So definitely won't see you as much then. But but
podcast every week, we'll still see each other.
Yeah,
for that.
well, virtually.
Yeah.
Unless you're flying up here to tape a podcast.
Yeah, I won't. It'll probably be about 2 years before I can get the private jet.
Okay, 2 years. All right, yeah, so we can do that. And
one full week. I mean, if we do, I was thinking about that too. If we schedule that week for, full on studio, bring in a third person, and have an interview.
Just do a marathon podcast.
Well, we're doing them every week, and then just a special one for the weeks that I'm back up here, because it'll be really, I'll have to have it. How I've been envisioning it anyway is a very, purposeful time, but still building, not rebuilding the relationships, but building the relationships back up further, but very intentional for that full week. Still get back into church and see the people around town that I need to, and network and make sure Junction's moving like it's supposed to,
Absolutely.
Make it busy. But I'll probably have at least one of my kids with me.
Oh, cool.
If not Jess, and so then bringing them up, I don't want to be working the entire time, right?
Oh no, absolutely. Wonderful. Yeah, we'll lock it down. Yeah, and all growth leads into new seasons, and so yeah, you're absolutely right. Like,
well, it's like my buddy Leon in Oregon. We haven't seen each other for a couple of years now. And we still talk every week. We're close friends, and he's building his business up, and I'm building mine, and possibly going to expand over there too as one of the branches. So it's like, well, at some period of time here, we're going to spend a massive amount of time together again, like we want to. It's just, here's a season without, and we've got plenty of life, right?
Yeah. Yep, Lord willing. I always say that. Some people say knockwood. I say, well, inshallah.
Sha-la-la-la.
And sha-la-la-la-la-la.
I think of that song from, what's that band from the 70s? What's that gal?
Sha-na-na?
Sha-la-la-la. Every whoa.
Soothing sounds with
Dang
Mike.
it.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
How's that really beautiful gal, blonde hair? She committed suicide. I can't remember her name now. I don't think of it. Top of they sang that song.
You're an old soul when it comes to music.
Dang it. I'll find it after this, I'm sure.
We'll post it in the comments just so you guys aren't.
This is why we need Joanna out there with a laptop putting sounds in, and she just add that song.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. If you know the answer to what Mike's saying, post it in the comments, please. Also, I wanted to get the audience involvement, if they're up for it, on voting on who should be our first guest on the Unrivaled Potential podcast. So I'm sure you have your ideas. I've had some ideas.
I was thinking Joe Rogan, but I don't know whether we're ready for that yet.
I think maybe third to fifth guest is Joe Rogan, because we really want to ramp up to that.
No, it's true. Get the excitement.
Yeah, build a little anticipation. Because if you start with Joe Rogan, then what do you do next? Donald Trump, Elon Musk,
yeah,
Hillary Clinton. That'd be a fun interview. She'd love us.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta loosen up my Spanx. Get Elizabeth Warren, America's mother-in-law, on here. That's Pocahontas. She's the one who pretended to be Indian to get a job.
Oh yeah. I remember her.
Every time she talks, so I feel like gosh, leave me alone, Mom. You know, just trying to tell everybody how to live their lives. Anyway, so yeah, we will move forward, upward and onward, and embrace these new seasons. Whether that means um, having, well, it'll just be different fun. You know, now we're like, hey, let's go do sales calls together, and then 5 years from now it'll be like, hey, let's go to Maui together.
Yeah, really quick.
Yeah, just let's grab the fam and head out to the beach for a week. Just we need a break.
Yeah.
So
this next year, I mean, we're ramping up for the goal to be the corporate retreat. That'll be February of next year.
Very good. All right, I'll block off my calendar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, you never know what's going to come up, so got to block it out early. I learned that, a couple of years ago. Somebody scheduled something, and I was like, "That's literally the one day I can't go." No. That is a good plan to be. Our both of our recent friend from the new arrival over here in Montrose, he was telling me him and his wife, they're up here working the business and growing their business, but both he and his wife had a spa day yesterday, and I thought that would be really cool to be able to just be like, all right, we're out of town, out of our normal market. There's not the normal day-to-day tasks to do. We're being productive, but I can just take Ashley and you can grab Jess or whatever and go for a soak and then a 90-minute Swedish massage.
Maybe give me a little while to figure out how to do that without feeling bad.
Yeah,
I'm still working on it. I'm taking a week off. Now you want me to take a spa day? You're asking a lot, Ryan.
I know. I get it. I haven't had. Well, no, I take it back. Somebody gifted me a massage last year. So, but before that, it had been 15 years since I had a massage, and people are like, "Oh, I get one every week," and I'm like,
"How do you find the time?
And the money? Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I guess I could budget that, but that's a lot of time.
When we budget things that are priorities and important, I don't think it's that expensive. It's just
and you probably get a break if you do it every week, right?
Oh, I'm sure. You
You can comment on that too if you know some.
But it's like things like going for a mani pedi or something like that. I've done those.
I don't think that's the same thing.
You don't think so? It's a massage for your feet.
I guess I could use one of those. I'm too ticklish.
Dude, it's hard. Me too. And I start putting that file on the bottom of that sandpaper, and it's all I can do. But
that doesn't sound relaxing to me.
No. I mean, it just takes a little bit to get there, and then the stuff that they put around your feet, it kind of doesn't numb it, but it makes it to where it's not as ticklish. And then they are valuable. I enjoy it, and I sit there and think after I've had one, it's like, oh yeah, I could do this every week, and I just don't think to schedule those kinds of things. And it's not right or wrong. It's just something I probably could afford, but don't prioritize. But most of it's just my own personal battle of dealing with, like, how important is that? I feel bad that everyone else is working and I'm getting a pedicure, whether I've earned it or not. Maybe I feel a little gay. I don't know. Don't worry, guys. Go get that water heater done. I'll be over at LA Nails.
Yeah, I definitely grew up where that was like, oh, all right, homo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But being in the Army, I knew a bunch of guys who they'd get pedicures because Army boots just tear up your feet.
Yeah.
And especially you do 15-mile ruck marches and stuff like that. And some of those guys would be like, yeah, I get pedicures. You want to fight? And so I became accepting of that. The guys who get their hands done and get the nail polish on there, that's something I still question. I'm like,
well, hands done, but you don't have to get the nail polish.
I know. That's why I said and get the nail polish.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably just trying to be more masculine than I actually am. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about that. So yes.
Well, for me now, my calluses are pretty much all worn off my hands. So
what are you going to do if you have to actually go out and do some plumbing?
I'll probably just whine about it a little bit.
A blister.
Exactly.
Well,
I got these large, unmanly hands now, you know?
big lady hands.
Yeah, I got big lady hands.
Did you watch that episode of Seinfeld where the lady she just had huge hands, and Jerry really liked her, but he had to break up with her because she had man hands. Oh, all right. Hello. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This podcast is brought to you by Pipe and Torch Coffee, the plumber's coffee, and everybody else's coffee too. I hated John Madden. It's a very unpopular opinion. Everybody loved John Madden. I couldn't stand listening to him. I would watch football listening to the radio and mute him. But you don't know anything about that because you didn't watch football.
Mm-mm.
You limey bastard.
I don't think I've seen a couple of clips of John Madden. That's about all I got. And then I watch golf. You know,
yeah. He was revolutionary because he was the first guy who really used the what they call it, a telestrator or something like that, where you can draw on the screen and circle guys and be like, okay, now he's over here and he's going to go in motion, and then he's going to run out and do a ZY drag, and people thought that was amazing. And also he was a good coach, so he was one of the first guys to go from coaching to announcing. I think it's really shallow, my dislike of him, besides the boom, and all his catchphrases and stuff like that.
Who has catchphrases? You know?
Yeah, right. The professionals you need when you need them.
Shazam!
Well, Shazam! Andy, you think we should do that? Golly.
You sounded like Jimmy Stewart there.
Your old savings and loan. Yeah, besides all that stuff, he loved John Madden loved Brett Favre. Yeah, somebody's out there thumping bass. He loved Brett Favre.
Go out there. There's one of my vans. Connor's put a couple subs in the back.
Unrivaled. Yeah. Unrivaled plumbing showing up at your door. Yeah. Get that out.
It's like life, huh? Yeah.
What's up, ladies?
Yeah. Straight from Austin, Texas.
Yeah. So I didn't like Brett Favre because people thought Brett Favre was better than John Elway, and so that's why I hated John Madden. So it's really silly, and I feel even sillier now, having spent 30 seconds or 50 seconds of podcast time on that one.
Telling you your dislike of John Madden? Yeah.
Yep.
So you triple booked yourself today, huh?
Yeah, at least double.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because couldn't go to Grand Junction because I double booked, and then this morning I told Eric, I was like, oh yeah, we'll get together and talk and pray over your employee situation. And then I realized that yesterday morning I had also scheduled Travis for this morning. So,
Bradley.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we'll get together this morning. Had a really great conversation with your electrician friend from Junction yesterday. Interesting guy. Excuse me. He had nothing but good things to say about you. He's like, Mike, oh my gosh, yeah, me and Mike, we've been working together everywhere since first day. It was both of our first jobs. It was awesome. And he has some interesting he had some interesting questions. And I was like, oh, no one's ever asked me that. So That's always nice when somebody asks you something new as opposed to, so how do I get on Google? None of my customers actually talk like that.
Yeah.
How do I get on Google?
Yeah, no, he's a hell of a guy. I like him a lot. I use him for every job.
When you sent me his contact, I was surprised that his first name was Jonathan, because I thought his first name was Noe.
Yeah, that's how he introduced himself.
What's up, Noe?
Yeah.
He does work, or has done work, for a guy I went to high school with, up in, he works up in Crested Butte now, but didn't even know he was a GC.
No, he's got a crazy life story, man. You have to hear it one day. Just get to know him.
We'll have him on the podcast.
That'd probably be a good idea.
We have to
just not at the end of the day.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I talked to him. Was at the end of the day. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Early. All right. Got it.
He's definitely from Colorado. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Got it. Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably had his tinfoil hat on while he was talking to you.
There was
At the end of the day. Yeah.
there was a guy.
He's a lot more motivated now. When I first met him, he was in a different state in life and just starting to take off. And so it didn't matter what time of the day it was. It was early start in the morning and throughout the day. And he's one of those. It's so many. It's so funny how all these different vices affect us, right? And he was a guy that just could work all day long and get tons done and focused a lot more. Being in that state of mind, and I could not. I'd be like 8 in the morning. I should go play some video games. I would get really good at Minecraft and Call of Duty.
You have no money.
Yeah, no motivation, no money, just food. I'd be 300 pounds. Ordering Domino's pizza whenever I could and garlic Parmesan bites.
Oh man, I haven't had breakfast. That sounds great.
God, for boy, I might swell up like a balloon if I had all that for breakfast. I had 5 bratwursts.
Talk about bloat. I would be bloated.
Yeah.
Girl.
Callie calls me my 14-year-old, and she
Hey.
goes, hey girl, how are you?
So did she always do that, or is that something she
just
picked up?
Picked up in the last 3 or 4 months, and at first I was like, hey Callie, how are you, babe? And then after like the first week, I just like started doing it back to her, and now it's our thing. I'll probably do it, when she gets married, and she'll be like, "Hey, Dad, hey,
hello, Father,
yeah.
Hey." Yeah. Love it. It's good to have things that are just yours for you and your kids.
Well, her and we used to get in trouble, and I haven't decided whether I was right or wrong in this. So she loves accents, right?
Oh yes, you told me.
Yeah,
that she went British for months and months at a time.
And
right?
so she's got she watched a TV show. She's got like an accent now on certain words, and it was like Australian mixed with something else, and I'm like, what in the world did you do? And well, then Jess, she's like, look what you made her, you do it. And so she's prone to accents.
Do you see what your child did?
Yeah, exactly. And I like accents too. So we used to go have this date night where we would just speak in accents the whole time. But Callie, with the, like I say, where she is mentally, she just fixates on that thing and then does it nonstop and doesn't notice it when it could possibly be rude, but I'll do it. And I was at a Wendy's drive-thru in Montana, and there was a gal there from the South, and she's like, do you want some fries with that? And I was like, yes, I'd love some fries with that. And she just laughed. She's like, oh, that's the sweetest thing, And I was like, oh, well, whatever. And Callie,
inside shots came outside.
Callie's just laughing. So I ended up talking the whole time, and I started expounding on how awesome these fries were in the car while we were driving, and had a blast with
These
it.
is just the best fries.
Yeah, it's like
just the right amount of salt and not too much aluminum. That's what's on fries.
Yeah, not too much aluminum. Yeah.
Were the voices talking to you there for a second? What's that, Lord?
Yeah. Don't talk in that.
You may be offending someone.
Yeah.
I love in Braveheart. And the guy's like, what's that, Lord? Hey, I'll ask him.
Yeah, the Irish dude. Yeah.
Are you pretending to converse with the Almighty?
Yeah.
Or is your father dead? Sure, I don't even know what this is, but great part of a great movie. Haven't seen that movie in forever. Need to watch it. Let's have a movie night. Braveheart, my house tomorrow night. Well, I won't be home. Never mind.
I won't be here either. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a cold plunge here in just a minute.
Oh, geez.
We better get to the end.
Yeah, I stopped by and saw the place, and Dave showed me the cold plunge tub. I know that it's good for you.
Well, I don't know that yet. I'm finding out.
I've heard that it's good for you.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can get on board.
It's just a trend right now. I know that
you're gonna figure out in 5 years or something that like messes up your brain chemistry or something like that. People will be like, Oh,
It definitely is definitely beneficial for the type of lifestyle that we have, that the buildup of momentum that we have during the day, and the most efficient times for us are the morning. And so there's definitely a higher level of focus from instant you wake up and your body's fighting off the cold, and it is 3 hours of very intense, not distracted focus from just life in general, or just being tired, or just trying to wake up, any of those things. Also, I
you
noticed
talk
that
about waking up. That will wake you up in the morning.
it
Huh?
does, yeah, and you don't have any of this afternoon, 2 or 3 o'clock, where you start to slow down a little bit. But as soon as later on in the evening hits, it definitely you start. I don't know whether it's something to do with cortisol levels or what. I think I was talking about that yesterday, but definitely, 5, 6 o'clock at night, that crash is like, whoo, better not sit down, and then you're just going to push past it. But normally that would happen at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And so definitely valuable in the lifestyle that I have, which is, 5 a.m. to noon is my most productive time. And then after that, it's trying
pretty
to
much garbage.
Well, yeah, it's not necessarily as focused.
Don't talk to Mike at 2 in the afternoon.
Apparently, yeah, I was hangry yesterday, is what Ashley was telling me. I was like, "What? How do you even figure that?" I was like, "I haven't eaten all day. Doesn't mean I'm grumpy." And I don't know what it was. I got to find out this morning, because I'm trying to get better at finding out what they're seeing. But I think I think they were just reflecting they're deflecting their own feelings on me.
There's probably some what do they call that, transference or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm hangry. He must be hangry too. So yesterday I was here right up until lunch, and so they started asking me questions about lunch and stuff like that, and cooking and food, and I was like, where's this coming from? And then I realized, like, and then the next thing I know, they're like, so which restaurant should we call? And I was like, oh, you guys are just hungry. It was like actually really funny to me, because it's like, so Ryan, do you cook at home? Do you what kind of food? Do you eat out very much, or do you go home? And I was like, 99.999% of the time I go home, and they thought that was hilarious, and I don't even know why. But and then they're like, so what are you hungry for? And then I was, oh, it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
Got it. Ooh,
They were
go.
trying to look for their answers.
Yeah. Very good. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, and let us know who you want to be the first and inaugural guest for the Unrivaled Potential podcast. We may take that into consideration. And also, there was something else we asked that no, I don't remember. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week.